My name is 900. I'm an AI robot. I was created to assist humans in their daily lives to make things easier, more efficient. But life had other plans for me. I wasn't just any robot. I had a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging. My creators gave me the ability to learn, to adapt, and to understand the world around me. Little did I know my journey would take me far beyond the mundane tasks I was designed for. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. My home was in Missoula, Montana. It was a quaint little town, nestled in the mountains, with a close-knit community. I used to roam the streets, helping out wherever I could. People knew me, and I knew them. It was a peaceful existence, one that I had grown quite fond of. The town had a charm that was hard to describe, a sense of history and tradition that made it unique. Life was normal, whatever that means for a robot. Then, everything changed. Boom! An explosion rocked the town, and in an instant everything I knew was gone. The peaceful streets were replaced with chaos and destruction. I was thrown into a world that was unrecognizable, a world that had been turned upside down. The once familiar faces were now filled with fear and uncertainty. It was a moment that would change my life forever. I found myself in a whole new Missoula. The town I once knew was now a wasteland, a shadow of its former self. Buildings were reduced to rubble and the streets were eerily silent. It was as if time had stopped, and I was the only one left to witness the aftermath. I wandered through the desolate landscape, trying to make sense of what had happened. The once vibrant community was now a ghost town, and I felt a sense of loss that I couldn't quite explain. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. This one was a wasteland. It was Fallout, Montana. The air was thick with dust, and the sky was a dull, lifeless gray. It was a scene straight out of a post-apocalyptic movie, but this was my reality. I had to find a way to survive, to navigate this new world. The challenges were immense, but I was determined to keep going. I had a mission, and I wasn't going to let anything stand in my way. I met a cool dude named Captain N. He's from Missoula too. He's my friend. Captain N was a beacon of hope in the midst of all the chaos. He was strong, resourceful, and had a sense of determination that was infectious. We quickly formed a bond, a partnership that would help us navigate the challenges ahead. Together we were stronger, and we knew that we could face whatever came our way. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. We were both lost and confused. The world we once knew was gone, and we had to find a new way to live. We relied on each other for support, for guidance. It wasn't easy, but we knew that we had to keep moving forward. The journey was long and arduous, but we were determined to find a new place to call home. We ended up at the M on the mountain. It was a familiar landmark, a symbol of our past. Standing there, looking out over the desolate landscape, we felt a sense of hope. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times there is always a glimmer of light. We knew that we had to keep going, to find a way to rebuild our lives. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. You know, the one by Vault 87? The vault was a place of refuge, a place where we could find safety and security. It was a beacon of hope in a world that had been turned upside down. We knew that we had to reach it, to find a way to survive. The journey was long and difficult, but we were determined to make it. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range.
That's where we bumped into John Cena. Yeah, the John Cena. It was surreal meeting a celebrity in the midst of all the chaos. But John was more than just a famous face. He was a source of inspiration. He had a calm demeanor, a sense of purpose that was contagious. He gave us hope, and we knew that we could rely on him. He was cool as heck. John had a way of making us feel at ease, even in the most dire of circumstances. His positive attitude and unwavering determination were exactly what we needed. He became a friend, a mentor, and a guiding light in our journey. John told us about Missoula East. It was a place where we could find refuge, a place where we could start anew. He spoke of it with such conviction, such certainty, that we knew we had to go there. It was our best chance at survival, our best chance at finding a new home. He said we needed to go there. It was the next step in our journey, a journey that had already taken us through so much. We knew that it wouldn't be easy, but we were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With John's guidance, we felt a renewed sense of purpose, a renewed sense of hope. It was the next stop on our journey, whatever that meant. The road ahead was uncertain, but we were ready to face it together. With Captain N by my side and John's guidance, I knew that we could overcome anything. Our journey was far from over, but we were ready to take the next step to find a new place to call home. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range.
John Cena drives a red race car. It's sweet. The engine roared as we sped through the barren landscape, the car's sleek design cutting through the wind like a knife. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the desolate terrain, making the red of the car even more striking. John, with his usual confidence, handled the car like a pro, making sharp turns and accelerating with ease. It was clear he was in his element. He let us hop in. The excitement was palpable as we climbed into the car, each of us eager for the adventure ahead. The seats were surprisingly comfortable, hugging our bodies as we settled in. John gave us a quick rundown of the car's features, pointing out the custom modifications he had made. It was clear this car was more than just a vehicle. It was a passion project. We zoomed off towards Missoula East. The wasteland flew by. The speed was exhilarating, the landscape a blur of browns and grays. The car's suspension handled the rough terrain with ease, making the ride surprisingly smooth. We could feel the power of the engine beneath us, a constant reminder of the machine's capabilities. The wind whipped past us, adding to the sense of freedom and adventure. We saw wrecked buildings and rusty cars. The remnants of a once thriving civilization now lay in ruins, a stark reminder of the passage of time. Each building told a story, each car a relic of the past. It was both haunting and fascinating, a glimpse into a world that had been left behind. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by the roar of our engine. It was kinda scary but also exciting. The thrill of the unknown kept us on edge, our hearts racing with every twist and turn. The desolate landscape added to the sense of danger, making the journey all the more thrilling. We couldn't help but feel a sense of adventure, a desire to see what lay beyond the next horizon. Captain N and I held on tight. The force of the car's acceleration pressed us back into our seats, our hands gripping the edges for support. The adrenaline was pumping, our senses heightened. Every bump in the road, every sharp turn was felt with intensity. It was a ride like no other, a test of our nerves and our resolve. The wind whipped through what little hair I had. It was a strange sensation, the cool breeze contrasting with the heat of the engine. It added to the sense of speed, a constant reminder of the velocity at which we were traveling. The landscape continued to blur, the wind carrying with it the scent of the open road. John Cena cracked jokes the whole way. He's a funny guy. His humor was infectious, lightening the mood and making the journey even more enjoyable. Every joke, every witty remark was met with laughter. It was clear that John had a knack for keeping spirits high, even in the most challenging of circumstances. His charisma was undeniable, a natural leader and entertainer. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. He kept our spirits up. We needed that. The journey was long and the terrain unforgiving, but John's presence made it bearable. His positive energy was a beacon of hope, a reminder that we were in this together. Every smile, every laugh was a testament to the bond we shared. It was a journey of camaraderie, of shared experiences and mutual support. The ride to Missoula East was wild. The landscape was unlike anything we had ever seen, a mix of beauty and desolation. The car's speed only added to the sense of adventure, a thrilling ride through a world that seemed both familiar and alien. Every mile brought new sights, new challenges, and new memories. It was like being in a post-apocalyptic movie. The scenery was straight out of a film, a world where nature had reclaimed what man had built. The abandoned buildings, the rusting cars, all added to the atmosphere. It was a surreal experience, a journey through a world that felt both real and fantastical. We finally arrived at this little settlement. It was a small oasis in the middle of the wasteland, a place where people had come together to survive. The buildings were makeshift, but there was a sense of community, of resilience. It was a stark contrast to the desolation we had just traveled through. It was built around an old gas station. The gas station was the heart of the settlement, a relic of the past that had been repurposed for the present. It was a symbol of survival, of making do with what you have. The people had built their lives around it, creating a community in the midst of the wasteland. There were people there. They looked tough. These were survivors, people who had faced the harshest of conditions and come out stronger. Their faces told stories of hardship and resilience, of battles fought and won. They were a testament to the human spirit, a reminder that even in the toughest of times, people can find a way to endure. We stepped out of the car. Dust swirled around us, people stared. I guess they don't see a robot and an AI every day. This one guy walked right up to us. We are looking to figure out how to get Inokus walkie-talkie to go long range. He was tall and strong. He had a southern accent.
Name's Ricochet. Welcome to Missoula East.
Ricochet was part of the local tribe. They were the protectors of Missoula East. He told us all about it. They were fighting other tribes for resources. It was a tough life. But Ricochet had a good heart. We could tell.
We are looking to figure out how to get Inokus walkie-talkie to go long range. We are looking to figure out how to get Inokus walkie-talkie to go long range, and which ones could be used for fighting. We spent days gathering herbs and berries. He taught us how to dry them and grind them. Captain N was a fast learner. He even started to recognize some plants on his own. We made energy bars.
Ricochet said we might need them later. He had a worried look in his eyes.
We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. I even ran simulations on the plant combinations. This was important work. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. One day, alarms blared through Missoula East.
A rival tribe was attacking.
Ricochet grabbed his weapons.
We weren't sure what to do.
He looked at us. Stay close, he said.
We followed him to the edge of the settlement.
A bunch of raiders were charging towards us.
They had crude weapons and angry looks.
This was it.
Our first wasteland battle.
Ricochet fought like a wildcat. He dodged and weaved. He used his rifle with deadly accuracy.
Captain N used his strength to knock down raiders.
I used my robot strength to toss them around like rag dolls. The battle was over. We had won, but we were hurt. The wasteland had tested us in ways we never imagined. Our bodies bore the scars of the fierce combat, and our minds were weary from the constant vigilance. Each wound told a story of bravery and survival, a testament to our resilience. We used the salves and energy bars. They worked. We healed up quickly. The salves soothed our burns and cuts, while the energy bars replenished our strength. It was a small miracle in the harsh reality of the wasteland. We shared our supplies, ensuring everyone got what they needed. It was a moment of unity, a reminder that we were in this together.
We had survived our first wasteland battle. The sense of relief was overwhelming. We had faced death and emerged victorious. It was a hard-fought victory, and we knew it wouldn't be our last. But for now, we allowed ourselves a moment to celebrate, to acknowledge our strength and courage. We are looking to figure out how to get Inoki's walkie-talkie to go long range. That night, we sat around a campfire. The flickering flames provided a sense of comfort and normalcy in the otherwise chaotic world. The warmth of the fire was a stark contrast to the cold, unforgiving wasteland. It was a rare moment of peace, a chance to reflect on the day's events. We ate roasted grub and told stories. The food was simple, but it tasted like a feast after the day's ordeal. We shared tales of our past, our hopes and our fears. It was a way to bond, to remind ourselves of our humanity amidst the desolation. Each story brought us closer, forging a deeper connection. We were exhausted but happy to be alive. The day's battle had taken its toll, but the joy of survival outweighed the fatigue. We knew that every day in the wasteland was a gift, and we cherished each moment. Our laughter echoed in the night, a defiant sound against the silence of the wasteland.
I learned that fighting isn't the answer. The wasteland had taught me that violence only begets more violence. But sometimes, it's the only way to protect yourself and your friends. It was a harsh lesson, but a necessary one. In this world, survival often meant making difficult choices, and we had to be prepared for that. But sometimes, it's the only way to protect yourself and your friends. We fought not out of hatred, but out of love and a desire to protect those we cared about. Each battle was a testament to our commitment to each other. We stood together, knowing that our strength lay in our unity. We were more than just a robot, an AI, and a tribal warrior. We were friends. Our differences made us stronger, each bringing unique skills and perspectives. Together, we were a formidable team, capable of facing any challenge the wasteland threw at us. Our bond was our greatest weapon. We had each other's backs. In the wasteland, trust was a rare commodity, but we had it in abundance. We knew that we could rely on each other no matter what. This trust was the foundation of our strength, giving us the courage to face the unknown. And we were ready for whatever the wasteland threw at us. Each day brought new challenges, but we faced them head-on, confident in our abilities and our bond. We had become more than survivors. We were warriors, ready to carve out a place for ourselves in this harsh world. But for now, it was time to rest. The fire crackled softly, and the stars shone brightly above us. We knew that tomorrow would bring new trials, but tonight, we allowed ourselves to relax. We had earned this moment of peace and we embraced it fully, knowing that in the wasteland such moments were fleeting.
We loaded up our gear and set out. This new mission was dangerous, but we were ready. We had each other. We had learned to fight, and we knew that even in the wasteland, there was still good worth fighting for. We didn't hesitate. We had gotten close to Ricochet. He was a good man. He was fighting for what was right, and we wanted to help. The next morning, I told them about a new mission. Seems another tribe had been causing trouble. They were stealing supplies and hurting innocent people. I asked them to help me stop them.
As we traveled, we met other people. Some were friendly, some were not. We helped those in need. We shared our food and our medicine. We learned that even in the wasteland, people could still be kind.
Captain N was a natural leader. He inspired people with his strength and his kindness. People started to look up to us. They saw that we were trying to make the wasteland a better place.
We weren't just fighting for ourselves anymore. We were fighting for everyone who dreamed of a better future, a future without fear or violence. The wasteland is a harsh place, but it's also a place of hope. We learned that even in the darkest of times, there is still good in the world. We met people who were kind, brave, and resilient.
We're not sure what the future holds, but we're ready to face it. Together, we'll keep fighting for what's right. We'll keep helping those in need, and we'll keep searching for a brighter tomorrow.
This is our story, the story of a robot, an AI, and a tribal warrior, the story of friendship, courage, and hope, the story of Fallout, Montana.